Hey everyone, welcome back to another Theater Talks with Scott. Guess what show I've seen today? That's right, The Great Gatsby, baby. Oh, and you know what? A lot of people didn't know. I was talking to a friend last night, and I said, well, tomorrow afternoon I'm going to see The Gatsby. She said, tomorrow's Thursday. I said, yeah, they do a Thursday matinee. And I remember seeing somebody else, another show, doing a Thursday matinee, but when I was back here in April. So check it out, guys. Anyway, Great Gatsby. Went to see it. It's at the Broadway Theater. One quick note there. Even though it is sweltering hot outside, it is freezing cold inside. Thank goodness, as a regular theater goer, I have like a shawl, sweater type thing that I throw in my bag um, because I brought it out right away. It was cold. In fact, in the second act, I was like, I had a hood. I was like this. It was cold. All right, the show. So the show stars Jeremy Jordan, who I love. Jeremy Jordan. Okay, I have such a big appreciation for his voice, his talent, his personality. I really like him. And it also has, as Daisy, it has Eva Noblezada, who I love. Saw her in Miss Saigon, for which she received a Tony nomination. Saw her in Hadestown, for which she received a Tony nomination. I really dig her. She's got great talent. This was very different. I have to say, I saw a very different Eva Noblezada in this, and it really impressed on me her range and her versatility. Um, and I just really was impressed with it. And for me, she was one of the highlights of the show. One of the other highlights of the show for me was Noah J. Ricketts, who plays Nick Carraway. Now, they take some liberties with the story that I know are not done in the movie, in either of the movies. I got to remember about the book, so I'm going to refresh on the book. But they take the romantic part of Nick and Jordan Baker, who is played by, she was the original Kate Howard in Six. Hold on, I'll tell you her name. Samantha Polly. And she was very good. They become a real relationship, and it's different than the movie that I remember from either of the movies. Um, what do I think of the show? It was good. I'm glad I saw it. I enjoyed most of it. I had some real problems with diction and understanding different people. The girl that played Myrtle, I really had a problem understanding her. And she had a couple of really good songs. She's got great pipes, but I couldn't understand what she was singing or saying in the scenes. I was very disappointed with the guy playing Tom Buchanan, Daisy's husband. He was just one level. We know that he's a brute, okay, but he's also supposed to be really in love with Myrtle, and he's supposed to really care about Myrtle. And I got one dimension from him. I really I didn't see that. The show, I think, is overproduced and short on sincerity and substance. At least that's my opinion. I understand why it didn't do any better with the Tony Awards, okay? Um, Jeremy has this phenomenal voice, and they make the most of it. Those songs were written on his voice for him, and it's very clear. And it shows his voice in some ways that I don't know that I've seen before or heard before. However, I felt his character of Gatsby, it's such a intense and multi-layered character, and I just felt it was not there. And Jeremy Jordan can do multi layers. His Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors was phenomenal. Okay, I just feel like really I'm disappointed in the overall direction And I don't know who the director was. I didn't even look, and usually you guys know I look. Okay, so I'm not going to name them because I'm disappointed, and I'm somewhat disappointed in the book. I mean the music, the lyrics, and the score. I was excited about it because it's the same team that did Paradise Square, and I loved Paradise Square a couple years ago. I loved it so much, um, and I wish there was a soundtrack for it. A recording. There were very few memorable songs in The Great Gatsby. The opening song, which is called "Roaring On," the party's "Roaring On," which is on the back of my shirt. I don't know if you can see because don't have eyes on the back of my head, but anyway, that's why I had to get the shirt because it was really cool. The back, um, that was fun and awesome. Several other songs. The end of Act One, um, Jeremy and Eva have a song called, I think it's called "The Green Light," "My Green Light," "My Green Light." That was powerful. That was beautiful and powerful. I loved it. Um, Most of the other music just really didn't get me well. Now, the guy that played Nick, Noah Ricketts, he can sell a song. And I liked the way he spoke to the audience. It was very comfortable, it was very real, it was very sincere. He had great comedic timing. And yet also had some good versatility and some sincerity. He broke my heart at the end with the sadness. You guys know the story of The Great Gatsby, right? So if you don't, here comes some spoiler alerts, okay? So if you've never seen the movie, you don't know what happens at the end, then please turn my video off right now if you're going to see the show, okay? And I mean that sincerely. It's quite all right? Because at the end, at those of you that know what happens, Daisy hits Myrtle with the car, and then Tom sees and all of that. And that's where I thought Tom really had an opportunity to show depth, and he just didn't. Um, the guy playing Nick he broke my heart in his last scene with Gatsby. And then his final scene with Daisy, you could see the pain. You felt it. He really, really got it. I have to tell you, one of the things that disappointed me so much was the shooting of Gatsby. We all know that, right? George comes, I think his name is George Wilson, comes in because Tom set him up, and so he comes in and he kills Gatsby, and Gatsby falls into the pool. So on the very apron of the stage, they have a space that's like a pool, and actually at one of the parties they have people coming up out of it, right? But you're literally, I mean, like, I'm in the front row and the pool is right here, okay? And they had him shoot Jeremy, and it was very melodramatic, and he falls into the pool, and everybody on the front row went, and the audience laughs. That was disappointing. That was a shame because that moment should have been, even if we know it's coming, it still should have been, and it wasn't. So, disappointed in a number of the areas, but also really enjoyed it. Worth the ticket price? Absolutely. Jeremy Jordan's voice is phenomenal. He can do things with his upper register that just baffle me. How he places and holds that breath and has that tone and that clarity. He's just gorgeous. And Eva, I mean, come on. She is incredible. So, yes, it's worth it. And, of course, I told you about Noah Ricketts. It is very, very worth it. It is... it's a take on the show that I think Great Gatsby, the book, the story, is quite dark because it talks about how the pursuit of the American dream is a fake. It's not real, and this pursuit of money to make you happy and all that, it doesn't. It actually can complicate, make matters worse. And so a lot of that was just left out. The guy that plays Wolfshine, whatever that character's name is. Wolfsheim. Yes, Meyer Wolfsheim. I could hardly understand anything he said. And he has a big number at the beginning of Act 2 that I still did not get or understand what it was about. I didn't. But go see it. It's a fun show. It's definitely a lot of spectacular sets and costumes and lights and rain and fringe, and I think it was a little too much of that and not enough substance. But it's The Great Gatsby. It is fun, and go see it. Go see The Great Gatsby. Don't you love June Playbill's Pride? Yes. All right, you guys. Tonight, I did get a ticket. I am seeing Follies in concert at Carnegie Hall with an all-star cast, and I am in the front row. Now, I might be doing this, but that's okay. I can't wait. All right. Thanks for sticking with me, and Theater Talks with Scott. We'll be back later with another show. Bye.